Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Special edition here is we're going to talk about some of that cold weather that's coming in and cold weather emergencies. Joined by your fire chief, Scott Sarver. Getting it right here, buddy. Appreciate your time. I know you're busy, but certainly cold weather is on the minds of everybody, and we're getting it. Nevertheless, we want to get people prepared. And the first area, if people do have to travel during these times, we want you to be prepared before you head out. What can people do as they plan their route in this extreme cold weather?
Yeah, I think first of all, avoid it if you can. Obviously, if you are going to travel, plan your route, let significant others or family members or friends know where you're going so they can at least have a plan of where to start if you don't show up there. And travel with an emergency kit, blanket, maybe some batteries or a flashlight or something like that, just in case something happens along that way.
Yeah, though you don't think about putting that kit together. You know, you might have like a basic first aid kit, but thinking about having water and blankets and flashlights and oh my gosh, there's a lot of great resources out there for you. In fact, we'll tell you where you can find those in just a minute. But you got to be safe as you head out and make sure your vehicle's ready too to go, right? Like that's the tough one always. You don't always think about that.
Yeah, and being new to Wisconsin, I just had a conversation with some of my coworkers about making sure your fuel tank is above 3/4.
You don't think about it, but it can happen. If it stays cold like this for the next couple of days, which it will, keep it above half.
Yeah, and where I came from, we just didn't have that experience. So.
Welcome to the frozen tundra.
Yeah.
They don't say it for no reason. The next area is definitely talking about the heating when you're heating your home. Certainly, folks have access to different heating pieces, but some might use different components. Non-traditional heating is what we're going to talk about here. So we're thinking about if you're going to use a space heater, think twice about how you're using it. So let's just start in that area. Space heaters, how should you appropriately use those?
So space heaters are fine. Obviously, make sure they're in good condition. The electrical connections are in good condition. They're fine to use. Keep them away from combustibles. Most of them now have the anti-tip sensor where they'll shut down. So they're completely fine. It's just I would recommend that you're present when they're being used.
And can you plug them into a power strip or not?
You can, you just don't want to hook multiple power strips together. The more concerning part is make sure that whatever extension cord or whatever power strip you're using is in good repair.
All right. And then your maybe other things that people might think are heat sources. So maybe there's a problem with the heat or something and they're turning it to other things. You don't recommend, the one that comes to mind for me is opening up your stove and using that as a heat source.
Yeah, absolutely not. Especially anytime you have a gas-powered appliance, there's always the risk of incomplete burning, which releases carbon monoxide, amongst other things, into your residence. So please avoid that. Even the safety issues associated with electric ovens are the same. Also, we've had people that use open flame burning inside their house. That's not recommended. Tons of safety-related issues with that. Reach out to family, friends. Go to what we're going to talk about next, one of the warming centers if you need to. Yes, please don't experiment with that. There's many bad stories that start out that way.
And then this is a good reminder too that using your CO monitor, so having that carbon monoxide detector ready to go, so important.
Yeah, and even without the cold snap that we're going to experience, very important to have those. You know, luckily they're being required by law now in rental and multifamily facilities, and we're seeing a lot of lives saved by those devices. There's carbon monoxide, combination carbon monoxide, natural gas detectors, as well as propane detectors. So whatever's appropriate for your residence, I think would be an excellent idea. Make sure the batteries are good if it's battery powered, or make sure it's plugged in and working so that you can be safe.
And then as far as if your heat goes out for whatever reason, what would you recommend doing? You know, who should we call? How should we determine the level of emergency to that? And again, where do we turn to?
Yeah, in our world, we definitely don't consider a utility outage an emergency. The emergency typically has to do with the residents affected by it and medical, whatever it may be. So we would ask that you first work with the utility company, gather the information on the outage, when that may be repaired and back in service, get that information. But if there's an emergency or a medical emergency associated with that, especially in our more at-risk populations, or there's a disability, or in the elder population, to where you may need assistance, reach out to a non-emergency number, But if there's an emergency, please call 911.
And the utilities, if you're not sure, so if it's electricity is the one that I would think of right out of the gate, you should notify your utility company right away first.
Yeah, and they'll have ways to know you're without power, but if you let them know, maybe that'll expedite that service, and they can also bring in more resources based on the scope of the issue. And they have all of the communication tools now, whether it's the app on your phone that you pay your bill on, website, phone, whatever it may be. Please reach out to them that way.
All right, finally, we do have warming centers available here in the city of Fitchburg. So as a reminder, if you, again, are looking for a place to escape and warm up, we have it available here at City Hall, at the Fitchburg Public Library, the Community Center, and Senior Center during normal business hours. So check the hours before coming down here. If any of those entities are closed, we will let you know via social media. If there's any more emergency information to get out, I encourage you to sign up for the Notify Me, our newsflash Notify Me section. It's on our website at fitchburgwi.gov, and check our social media pages as well. We'll continue to update as things warrant. Otherwise, stay up with the weather, and again, appreciate your time. You guys stay warm out there during this time, and appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you for letting me be here.